Hi, I'm Rebecca Lyons. Welcome to Jesus Speaks in the Book of Mormon and in Dreams. So we're reading the Gospel of the Beloved Companion, the complete Gospel of Mary Magdalene. And the first part of this video, I ran out of room and the phone just died. So this is part 2. And we're talking about, so Mary, when she saw Jesus, when she saw Yeshua after he was resurrected at the tomb, he showed her a vision of her climbing up this tree that had 8 boughs. And in order to pass each bough and to receive what's at the first bough, so at the first bough of this tree was the bough that bears the fruit of loving compassion. And so in order to receive loving compassion, you must be free of all judgment and wrath. And there's a gate and a guardian who challenges unworthy. So Mary passed the test, and she was free of all judgment and wrath, and so she received loving compassion, and so she moved up the next bough of the tree, the second bough. The second bough of the tree was wisdom, and it was weighed down with the fruit of wisdom and understanding in the tree, and she saw that she had to be free of all ignorance and intolerance to be able to receive wisdom and understanding and move up to the third bough, so she did. And then the third bough is where the phone turned off. So we're on page 78, verse 42, 8, or chapter 42, verse 8. Then my master, Yeshua, showed me the third great bough, which bears the fruit of honor and humility. Only when free of all duplicity and arrogance may you partake of its nourishment and arrogance. And he called to me, saying, You are not worthy, go back. But my soul was deaf to him, and so moved onward and upward into increasing light. So she received the third bough of the tree, which was the fruit of honor and humility, because she's free of all duplicity and free of all arrogance, and that would be what? Pride, ego. Okay, and then verse 9. And then came the fourth bough of the tree, blossoming with the fruit of strength and courage. And I heard Yeshua tell me that to eat of this fruit of strength and courage, you must have freed yourself from the weakness of the flesh and confronted and conquered the illusion of your fears. And the master of the world stood before me and claimed me as his own, but I denied him, and he had no part of me. So master of the world would be Lucifer, try to stop her and claim her, and she said nope. And then she received the fruit of strength and courage, and she freed herself from the weakness of the flesh. She overcame the world with Yeshua. She freed herself from the weaknesses of flesh and of sin, and confronted and conquered the illusion of all of her fears, who gives us fear, his Satan. And so Satan, to master the world, stood before her and claimed her as his own. And she said, nope, you're not. I'm not yours. I'm Yeshua's. And she denied him, and he had no part. She said, I denied the master of the world. I denied him, and he had no part of me. And verse 10, only then my master Yeshua told me, when you have rejected the deceiver, can you pass through the hardest gate of all to attain the fifth bough and the fruit of clarity and truth. Only then you will know the clarity and truth of your soul, and knowing yourself for the first time, understand that you are a child of a living spirit. And as my soul moved upward, I realized that I could no longer hear the voice of the world, as all had become silence. So to pass through the fifth bough of the tree and the fifth gate, and to receive the fruit of clarity and truth, you have to know your soul for the first time and understand that you are a child of the living spirit, or a child of God. And she realized she had overcome the world, and she could no longer hear the voice of the world, who is Lucifer, who's Satan, and it had become silent. So that means she overcame the world with She overcame the world with Jesus, Yeshua. She overcame the voice of the world coming from Lucifer, coming from Satan, and his voice became silent because she could no longer hear the voice of the world. And in the light above, I saw the sixth bough of the tree, the one that bore the fruit of power and of healing. My master, Yeshua, told me that when you truly have eaten of the fruit of clarity and truth of yourself, then you can partake of the fruit of power and healing. The power to heal your own soul, and thereby make it ready to ascend up to the seventh bough, where it will be filled with the fruits of light and goodness. So she came to the sixth bough of the tree, and it bore the fruit of power and healing, and Yeshua told her, to eat the fruit of clarity and truth of yourself, you can partake of the fruit of power and healing So when you partake of the fruit of power and healing, and you have the power to heal your own soul, then you can ascend up to the next level. So she ascended up to the next level because she had the fruit of clarity and truth, and she received the fruit of power and healing. And verse 12, and I saw my soul, now free of all darkness, ascend up again to be filled with the light and the goodness that it is the Spirit. And I was filled with a fierce joy as my soul turned to the fire and flew upwards in the flames, which from whence my master showed me the eighth and the final bough, upon which burned the fruit of grace and beauty of the Spirit. And I felt my soul and all that I could see dissolve and vanish in a brilliant light, in a likeness unto the sun. And in the light I beheld a woman of extraordinary beauty, clothed in garments of brilliant white. The figure extended its arms, and I felt my soul drawn into its embrace. And in that moment I was freed from the world, and I realized that the fetters of forgetfulness was temporary. From now on I shall rest through the course of the time of the age in silence. And then, as if from a great distance, I heard the voice of my master Yeshua tell me, Miriam, or Mary, whom I have called the Magdala, Miriam, who I have called the Magdala, now you have seen the all, and have known the truth of yourself. The truth is that I am. Now you have become the completion of completions. And thus the vision ended. This is what my master Yeshua has told and shown me, and only from the truth I tell you that all that I have revealed to you is true. Then Miriam the Magdala had told all that Yeshua or Jesus had said and done. She fell silent, since it was in that silence that Yeshua had spoken with her and revealed the truth. So after she passed the 8th bough, she felt her soul and all she could see dissolve into a brilliant light, and in a likeness unto the sun. In that light she beheld a woman of extraordinary beauty, clothed in garments of brilliant white light. The figure extended its arms, and I felt her soul drawn into her embrace. In that moment I was freed from the world, and I realized that the fetter of forgetfulness was temporary. From now on I shall rest through the course of the time of the age of silence. And then she heard Jesus tell her, Miriam, Magdala, now you have seen it all. You have seen the all, and have known the truth of yourself. The truth is that I am. Now you have become the completion of completions. And thus the vision ended. So I believe this woman figure she saw was Heavenly Mother. And Heavenly Mother was extending her arms, and she passed all the tests. And there at the very top of the tree was Heavenly Mother waiting to embrace her after she overcame the world with Yeshua. So that's so exciting. So I will see you tomorrow in the next chapter.